Hey guys, I hope you are doing very well. Today I'm going to be making a video on my new Snakebites. I've come up with an entire list of most frequently asked questions and I'm going to answer them, considering I've just had them done, so I should be probably one of the best people. Other than changing them, that sort of thing, these are still the originals, so. So the first question I have is, how does it hurt on a scale of 1 to 10? Depends where you put in that 10, and it depends where you put in that 1, really. 1 being, well, I have 0 is absolutely nothing. But that'll be insane if you say 0 if you're having a needle through your face. I'd say it's about a 3 or a 4. It's the initial poke. So overall, I'd rate it a 3. How long does it hurt for? I've had it nearly a week now. A week tomorrow. And I can touch them. I think you're not supposed to for like the first at least week. Touch them or spin them around or anything like that. But mine's been fine. I do get the urge to keep picking them, but I've tried not. Especially because it's a piercing on my face. How did they position him? My piercer was a male. I don't actually know his name. He's done the majority of my piercings, so I should know his name, but I don't. I got them done at Art and Soul in Doncaster, and he put a dot in the centre, as close as the centre he could get. My lips are a bit... I also had lipstick on that day, so he had to wipe underneath my lips or the foundation I had on at that time. And he put a dot in the centre and placed a dot where he thought was the positioning, and then he got like a little ruler sort of thing. And I think he said they are 17mm either way from the middle, I think. Are they in the way? No. It felt weird at first, but since the week's gone on, it started feeling a lot more normaler in the first few hours, and it just becomes a part of me. Can you accidentally bite them? I've done this twice, I think, and I think both of them were in the same day of getting them. So yeah, you can bite them. I didn't feel any pain necessarily when I did it. It was a bit of a shock, and that was it. So I came out fairly good at the end of it, especially because it was a new piercing, but gotta be careful. Why did you get it? I got it for no particular reason. I'd seen them when I started secondary school. That was about 10, 11 years ago now. And I thought they looked cool then. I don't think it has anything particular to look cool. I think in my case, I just had a few piercings and I think I got a bit addicted to them. So I really fancied getting either a tattoo or piercing, and I thought about getting a piercing, and I thought about this for a few weeks because I had a dentist appointment upcoming when I first thought about this, so I didn't get it then. So I had a few weeks to think on it, and it's still something I wanted. If I didn't like it, I could have taken them out, and I am very happy I've done it. I'm quite over the moon about it, actually. It's something different. What did your parents think about it? They hate it. They absolutely hate them. My parents really hate anything I do to my body which is anything to do with tattoos or piercings. I didn't necessarily keep it a secret from them either. I told them that my boyfriend was going for his septum piercing, so they know me enough to know that I would go and do something and have something done. And the day after, I took a photo of me and my partner with my lips done, with his septum done, side by side. They didn't say anything. I went over to my parents' house. I was sat in the living room for a good hour, eating my dinner. They still didn't notice, but I did tell my dad before I started eating my dinner that Mum hasn't noticed. My dad's a bit more chill about things. He's just like, I've gone all these years and I've not done anything to my body. So, but he's, I don't know if he grasps it or not, but my mum's a big, she believes piercings and tattoos are self-harm. Over the years, I've really, really tried to convince my mum. I'm 23, I'm not 23, I'm not even 23, I am 22, nearly 23, and I haven't lived with my parents since I had turned 18. So that's a fair long time living by myself, solo. I am an adult. I adult every day. They hate them. On to the next one. What size and length? They are pierced at a 1.2mm. I'm not sure what gauge that is. I think it's a 14. It is a standard size. And for the length, they are 10mm, so they're still quite long. I haven't changed them for small ones yet. I think I'm going to go and get them changed when I'm next in town and see my piercer. To, I think he said an 8mm. Probably be a bit more comfortable that as well, with it being tight up against my lip, because at the moment it's kind of catching on the gums. Does it damage your teeth? No, they're not pierced actually on my teeth, they're more like at my gums, slightly, very, very slightly below my teeth. I know some people that have them and they say it's damaged the teeth a little bit, but I also know someone that says it's rubbed against the gum and worn the gum away a bit. I think with the right size there's nothing really to worry about, but if you do get them and that does happen and you can't bear it, it might be an idea to take them out. I haven't come up to that point yet, so I'm just going to carry on. What do the backs of them look like? They look like this. Just nice, flat, simple. I like this one. Can you eat having it pierced? I asked the exact same thing, having gone through the whole tongue piercing thing, and that was absolute hell. You can eat. I was eating straight after. As soon as I had my piercing done, I marched straight into McDonald's, which seems to be a regular occurrence when I have a piercing as well. I really, really did want to crush them so bad. I'm not sure if that's because my body wanted something cold from my mouth, but I really wanted to crush them from KFC, and nowhere in Doncaster do crush'ems because they've run out of hash browns, chicken, ice cream, everything to make anything nice from KFC. So I couldn't have one. To this day, a week later, I still can't have one. But no, it was absolutely fine. I could eat. I did find it a bit strange eating at first. I mean, there was still a bit of soreness, but you can still eat. It doesn't really affect how you eat. Unless it's something like chewing gum, it might get a bit hooked onto one of the backs. But eating in general is okay from the get-go, and it just takes a bit of adjusting to the movement of where your lips go. That's when I first hooked the back onto my tooth and nearly chomped down on it. But I kind of realised it was almost there. It weren't pleasant, but I was almost full on biting it, which I did a bit later on. But that's when I first did that. I was just adjusting to everything. But I've not done it since. Everything's fine. I can eat anything. I get a bit of rubbing on the gums, which is uncomfortable. Not so much anymore, but back then it was a bit more hurty. I can't think of a word. Right, next. This is the last one, and that is, were you nervous before getting it done? I was nervous, but I was so excited. This is something I'd been waiting for a long time, to get a new piercing, that is. I remember saying to him, I sat down in the chair and I was like, I can never get used to this feeling of feeling nervous. But I'd never back out of it. I wanted to stay in that room for as long as possible, really, because I really enjoyed that time. I enjoy the environment. I like to remember my piercings and all that sort of stuff. It is a pleasant experience overall. Probably not the first 2 seconds of getting your lips pierced, but yeah. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is the price, what I paid. I paid £25 to get both of them done. It would usually be £30, and that's just for getting one done and then going back later and getting the other one done. So you're paying for both of them but getting it done separately. But because I got them both done at the same time, you still use 2 different needles, but because I got them done at the same time, he knocked £5 off, and that's for anyone. That's at my piercers, which is also a tattoo studio. And something else I'd like to mention is he's the only person that I'd go to for my piercings, and I have been with him since I was 18 when I first got my tongue done. That was the first thing I had done, and had I known about that place before, I probably would have got my navel done there as well, but unfortunately that's not how it happened. Every time I've been to him, it's been absolutely plain sailing. It's Art and Soul in Doncaster. Absolutely amazing guy. He's wonderful. He kind of reminds me of my dad, but more accepting of piercings. That is all. That is my snake bites and what I have to say about them. All the questions that I can now answer. And I hope it has helped someone out there. I know it's not my usual type of video, but I'm still hooked up with the MacBook and I still haven't got my PC fixed. So my editing software, I don't know what's happening with my editing software. I don't know how I'm going to edit this, but we'll see how that goes. Thank you for watching. I'm Kat, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!